Good evening and thank you for tuning in to TV 24 News. I'm John Garlick.
And I'm Courtney Lynham. Here is the news for Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. Are you looking for an exciting way to celebrate the longest day of the year? There is a free summer solstice celebration in Gadsden on Friday, June 21st from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This event, organized by Glenda Swinford and Janie Watkins, promises to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit with joy, energy, and community spirit. Embrace the first day of summer and the longest day of sunlight while honoring abundance, prosperity, and the transformative power of yoga. The summer solstice also coincides with the International Day of Yoga, a practice known for its universal benefits. This celebration will feature a talented group of local yoga teachers guiding participants through a traditional practice of 108 sun salutations. It's a perfect way to welcome the season and deepen your yoga practice. In addition to yoga, attendees will have the chance to win exciting door prizes, enjoy Namaste tea provided by Pat Miller, owner of The Taming of the U, and experience the relaxing art of Thai yoga massage demonstrated by Katie Campbell from Gadsden Massage and Kenya Wade from Karen Yaga Wellness.
It was a hot weekend and no doubt summer is here. Temperatures in Alabama will be slightly higher than normal the last week of June, some of July, and most of August. The lazy, hazy days of summer may sound romantic, but weather can be more than just uncomfortable. It can be downright dangerous. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke can land you in the hospital. The National Weather Service says to be alert to the symptoms. Heat cramps may be the first sign of heat-related illness and may lead to heat exhaustion or stroke. Those symptoms include painful muscle cramps and spasms, usually in legs and abdomen, heavy sweating. For first aid, apply firm pressure on the cramped muscles and gently massage to relieve the spasms. Give sips of water unless the person complains of nausea. Then stop drinking water altogether. Seek immediate medical attention if cramps last longer than 1 hour. Heat exhaustion has symptoms that are slightly different. It includes heavy sweating, weakness or tiredness, cool, pale, clammy skin, fast, weak pulse, muscle cramps, dizziness, nausea, and vomiting, headache, and of course, fainting. For first aid, move the person to a cooler environment, preferably a well air-conditioned room, loosen clothing, apply cool wet cloth, or have a person sit in a cool bath and offer sips of water. If the person vomits more than once, seek medical attention, or if the symptoms worsen or at least last longer than an hour. Heat stroke symptoms include throbbing headache, confusion, nausea, dizziness, body temperature above 103 degrees, hot, red, dry, or damp skin, rapid and strong pulse, fainting, and loss of consciousness. First aid for that case, call 911 or take the victim to a hospital immediately. Heat stroke is a severe medical emergency. A delay could be fatal. Move the victim to a cooler, preferably air-conditioned environment. Reduce body temperature with a cool cloth or bath. Use a fan if the heat index temperatures are in the high 90s. A fan can make you feel hotter at higher temperatures. Do not give fluids. Watching the weather forecast and having an app that shows the heat index can help you keep abreast of potentially dangerous warming trends. And also remember to wear sunscreen. Never leave a pet or child in a locked car. Temperatures in a car can rise to lethal levels in just a few short minutes. Also, pets have exposed paws, making them vulnerable to burns from hot pavements, sidewalks, wooden or metal docks. Take care of yourself and those you love this summer. It's gonna be hot.
At a recent City of Anniston Employee Appreciation event, former Police Chief John Dryden was honored for his remarkable 50 years of service to the city and was presented with the key to the city. Mayor Jack Draper highlighted Dryden's extensive contributions, stating, "It really was an honor on behalf of the city to be able to present him with that key. It really was a special celebration." John, in particular, he was even an interim city manager for a while. He served the city in about every capacity you could. We're certainly proud of him. Anniston's Public Information Director, Jackson Hodges, praised Dryden's exceptional work ethic, noting his roles as the Public Works Director and the longest tenured employee of Anniston. Hodges detailed Dryden's career, which began with the Anniston Police Department as a third-shift patrol officer, progressing through various positions to become the Chief of Police in 2002. 2002. After retiring in 2010, Dryden returned to work the next day at the street department and currently serves as the inmate work supervisor and general building maintenance manager. City Manager Stephen Folks commended Dryden's professionalism, candor, and integrity and leadership, stating, "I feel the city is fortunate to have had him on our team for 50 years. I sincerely pray he has many more." To read the full article by staff writer Bill Wilson, visit the Anniston Star.
From WAKA Action 8 News, Union Springs Police need your help looking for a missing man. 37-year-old Stephen Brian Peel was last seen on August 6 in 2023 in the area of Lock Court in Union Springs. He has not been seen or heard from since. Investigators say Peel is described as 5'9" and weighs approximately 165 pounds. He has 3 tattoos, one of a female with her back turned, displayed on his left forearm. He has a rose tattoo displayed on his right arm, and on the right side of his back, he has his last name. Peel was last seen wearing denim jeans and an unknown type of shirt. Peel's family is concerned and are asking anyone with information regarding this missing person investigation to please come forward. If you have any information regarding this investigation, immediately call the Union Springs Police Department or Crime Stoppers using their 24-hour tip line at 334-215-STOP. You can remain anonymous when you call Crime Stoppers.
Now let's go check in with Kip Chappell to tell us about an exciting upcoming event.
Hey, this is Kip Chappell. We're going to be having our Freedom Fest car show June the 29th. We asked everybody to come out and see this event. This is going to be a huge event. A lot of cars from all over, from Birmingham to Atlanta. We have a big crowd, so you need to mark this on your date to come out and join us at the Freedom Fest car show June the 29th. So come on out, have a great time. This is Kip Chappell.
Up next, we're shining a spotlight on an inspiring individual making waves in the world of STEM. Jerome McQueen, a leading innovator in the field of technology, is breaking new ground with academics. Stay tuned to learn more about how Jerome is mentoring the next generation of STEM enthusiasts. He has an incredible story of passion, perseverance, and progress.
My name is Jerome McQueen of Academics, the international movement and initiative to get our kids involved in the STEM. And what is STEM? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Do you know, with average experience, the average STEM job is approaching over $100,000. This is where we want to get our kids involved with science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Now, how do we get involved? Businesses, you can become a sponsor. Sponsor STEM events in the community, at churches, at schools, school systems. We can come in and do STEM sessions with our STEM kits. And what are STEM kits? STEM kits are educational science projects that they can put together, such as cars, boats, airplanes, bubble makers, and my very own favorite, the wireless Bluetooth speaker. And so we can have our young people put together these kits, get their hands in there, to get their minds in there, and to make sure that they're learning. Now, while they're putting together the kits, I also talk about the science and the engineering behind how those kits work, such as the wireless Bluetooth speaker. It has its own Bluetooth motherboard that goes inside to put those together. When they finish, they connect it to their telephone, and they can play music, or with the iPad, anything. And while we're doing that, we're telling about all the wondrous STEM careers they can have, such as electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. I like to talk about the magic lamp that I have. And so the magic lamp is a microcosm of our electrical grid. We have the batteries, which represent the power generation plant. Then we have the transmission lines to the house, and we talk about all that. So in that STEM kit, we need a petroleum engineer to get the coal or the natural gas to run the electric generation part. Then we need a mechanical engineer to design the turbines that change that into electrical energy. Then we need electrical engineers to distribute all that power to the home. Now what happens when the hurricanes come through and knock down the power line? We need an electrical linesman to put those back up. Now the electrical linesman with a GED, a high school diploma, they can go to a technical school with 15 weeks of education. They can come out making $60,000 a year. Now we don't want to pray for hurricanes, but we know they come. But when hurricanes come through and knock down the power line, they can earn more money, up to $80,000 to $100,000 being an electrical linesman. Those are the opportunities that our young people need to know, and why academics is on the forefront of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So join us, sponsor us. School systems, contact me, 256-343-6858, or email me at info@academics.com. And again, my name is Jerome McQueen.
Here's Ellen Hurst to tell us about Brain Awareness and Alzheimer's Month.
Hello, I'm Ellen Tibbetts Hurst, the Alabama Caregivers Program Director at East Alabama Planning Commission's Area Agency on Aging. The month of June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Alabama Cares and the Alzheimer's Association is asking you to turn your community purple. During Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, we fight to raise awareness for the 96,000 Alabamians living with Alzheimer's and other dementias and their caregivers, providing over 200 million hours of unpaid care. The longest day is Thursday, June 20th, the summer solstice. And that is when we recognize how long days are for caregivers, and we wear purple to raise awareness. Please join me and the Alabama Cares program as we bring awareness, and please go purple.
All right, so let's check in with Justin for a sneak peek at the weather.
You're watching the TV 24 News presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden. We'll be right back.
Another consequence of summer fun can happen when you're driving under the influence of alcohol or anything else that inhibits your ability to drive safely. Alabama had 246 deaths in 2023 related to drunk driving. A great many of these deaths are not the drunk drivers, but innocent victims. An Alabama man was allegedly under the influence when he crashed into a motorcycle over this past weekend while he was vacationing in Maine. Aaron Palmer, age 43 of Hoover, was charged with manslaughter and operating under the influence, resulting in the death. According to the Sun Journal in Maine, Palmer was driving a 2014 Toyota Prius on Route 26 in Bethel, Maine, about 5 p.m. Saturday, when he crossed into the path of a 2014 Honda CTX 700 motorcycle operated by 61-year-old David Roy of Berlin, New Hampshire. Roy died at the scene. Palmer, who wasn't injured in the crash, was taken to the Oxford County Jail in South Paris, Maine. The crash remains under investigation. Now, Alabama's DUI laws include penalties for driving under the influence of alcohol or other substances that impair mental or physical faculties. Penalties increase with each offense. Now, on your first offense, a misdemeanor, that can result in 1 year in prison and a fine of $600 to $2,100, a 90-day license suspension, and mandatory installation of an ignition interlock device. On a second offense within 10 years, penalties can include a minimum of 5 days in jail or 30 days of community service, a fine of $1,100 to $5,100, a 1-year license revocation, and a mandatory ignition interlock for 2 years. And on the third offense, penalties can be up to 60 days in jail, $2,100 to $10,000 in fine, a license suspension, and interlock for 3 years. On the fourth offense, that's a Class C felony, mandatory 10 days in jail, $4,000 to $10,000 in penalties. Research in states where marijuana is fully legal has shown that DUI arrests have increased, particularly in teenagers. As always, be responsible in your fun. Your right to pursuit of happiness does not override the rights of others to live.
Disney's Little Mermaid returns to the stage at Wallace Hall Fine Arts Center for the third time, presented by Alabama Repertory Theater. Howard Ashman and Alan Menken's beloved tale centers on young Ariel, who yearns to venture beyond her underwater home and go where the people are, up on land. The enchanting musical includes tunes from Disney's 1989 animated film, such as Under the Sea, Kiss the Girl, and Poor Unfortunate Souls. Theater goers of all ages will want to be a part of this world. Tickets can be purchased at www.alabamarep.com.
Oh, Lacey's gonna love that.
Yes, you should definitely go see it. It's going to be lovely.
You know, that movie, now the show is based on the movie, of course. That movie changed the way Disney does everything.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, that was the most amazing musical. I loved it. My kids, everybody loved it, right? But,
yes.
But that musical just changed the way Disney does movies and musicals. Yeah. And it led to Disney's takeover of Broadway, by the way.
There you go.
Oh, my.
It was wonderful.
It was
make sure
wonderful.
to go mark your calendars to go see that.
Great theater, too, up there in
Yes,
Gaston.
it is.
All right, coming up, your area weather right here on TV 24 News.
Hello, I'm Ellen Tibbetts-Hurst with your WEAC TV 24 Sports. It was a great weekend in Omaha. In an ACC-SEC showdown, we are now down to 2 ACC teams since Virginia and North Carolina State have been eliminated. Florida State and the Tar Heels faced off at 1 o'clock today, while the Kentucky Wildcats face the Florida Gators at 6. Both are elimination games. In the NBA news, the Boston Celtics won their 18th NBA championship with a Game 5 win over the Dallas Mavericks. The Celtics' Jaylen Brown was named the MVP of the finals. Congratulations. In other NBA news, Charles Barkley has announced that he will be retiring from his role in television broadcasting after the 24-25 year. We shall see, Sir Charles, we shall see. The St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants will face off this weekend at Rickwood Field in recognition to this tribute to the Negro Leagues game. The Louisville Slugger Mobile Museum will be making the trip to Birmingham as well and will be open outside of Rickwood Field Tuesday through Thursday, and they will have various historical displays and live demonstrations of how bats are made and priceless artifacts that will be showcased in interactive displays. Game-used bats belonging to Major League Baseball legends and Alabama natives Willie Mays and Hank Aaron will be on display, just to name a few. Fans will be allowed to hold them and have their picture taken with them. That sounds like a great opportunity. In local sports, Calhoun County Sports Hall of Fame's distinguished class of 2024 inductees were as followed. Quentin Caver, former Anston High School football and basketball standout with time in the NFL with 3 teams. The second inductee was Jimmy Dew, a basketball player for Bethune High School and Alabama State and 2 NBA teams, as well as the Harlem Magicians, which became later known as the Globetrotters. The third inductee was former Piedmont football coach George Hoblitzel, and the fourth inductee was Daphne Mobley Johnston, volleyball player for Donahoe School and LaGrange College. Aaron Kelly, a basketball standout for Oxford High School and Jacksonville State University. And the last one was Schuessler Ware, a former basketball coach at Anston High School. Congratulations to this year's inductees. Weavers' Keshawn Allen will be one of 72 athletes from the United States to compete in the National Outdoor Track and Field event at the New Balance Nationals in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Keshawn will be competing in the 100-meter hurdles. Good luck, Keshawn. This concludes sports, and now today's Tibbetts' Tidbits. Let's talk Les Miles, the former LSU football coach. He is now suing LSU and the NCAA and the National Football Foundation and the Hall of Fame over his 37 wins that were vacated due to NCAA violations during his tenure as head coach. He is arguing that the school violated his constitutional rights by not allowing him to challenge the ruling that it cost him a spot in the College Football Hall of Fame. Really? LSU vacated all its wins from the 2012 through 2015 seasons due to the involvement of offensive lineman Badal Alexander, who was by NCAA rules ineligible when he played 50 games for the Tigers. His father was found to have accepted $180,000 in embezzled funds for a no-show job from a prominent booster. Miles's attorney states that the defendants in this case deprived him of Hall of Fame eligibility and is seeking remedy for the blight placed on his good name and his good reputation. I'm just going to leave that right there. As I read the story last night, I thought, didn't the NCAA investigate all of this already? Didn't he violate rules? Don't they have to have proof? He was the head coach in which all this happened under. I'm sorry, Coach, but there's no crying in sports, and in big boy sports, you do not get a trophy for participation. Good luck with getting that blot off of your name. We won't mention the others. That concludes today's Tibbetts' Tidbits. It's Not Fair edition. I'm Ellen Ann, and I approve this message. Do you have a feel-good sports story, a funny one, a what the story, Little League, rec ball, high school, college, band, cheer? I want to hear them all. Please email me at ellen@tv24.tv and I might just write a tidbit about it and give you a shout out. Have a great day, and I'll see you Thursday.
And that's it for the news this day. Thank you for watching the TV24 News, presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden. Signing off from our studios in Oxford, Alabama.
Night.